be afraid.
Scared you, didn't I? Well, that is probably the only jump scare that you're ever gonna fall for in this whole video. Hi, I'm Leo, and today I'm taking a look at a 2012 horror movie called Smiley, which stars the incomparable, unmissable, and undeniable Shane Dawson.
I love you too. Can you twerk for us? Oh, I love you too.
Now shut up and twerk.
It's also 2012 Shane Dawson, so it's peak popularity Shane Dawson. And when I say that, I mean Zac Efron looking Shane Dawson. This movie sucks. I don't know how to put it to you. This is one of the cheapest movies that I've ever seen being made. I feel like they just took everybody who was popular from 2012, just made probably the worst plot that I've ever seen in a movie happen. It's a horror movie, and I use that term lightly because I love horror movies. It's more of a horrific movie, if you will. And today we're going to take a look at it. But the premise of this movie is actually something that shouldn't have been as bad as it was. So the idea of this movie isn't actually that bad. I will give them credit for that. I'll read you the synopsis. After discovering an urban legend of a demented serial killer who has nothing but a carved smiley on his face, a mentally fragile teenager must figure out if she's going insane or if she could be the next victim. Could be psychological, could be real. Not bad. As soon as this movie starts, you know that it's bad, and not in the good way. I'm not talking bad Michael Jackson, I'm talking bad The Room. Before I start this video, I want to do something called an over-under. This video has a lot of jump scares. I don't remember how many. You get to decide whether you think it's over 12 or under. If you're wrong, then you have to subscribe and get a friend to subscribe. If you're right, you can roast me in the comments a little bit. Just roast my fashion, please. By the way, today's video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. In general, people don't get to choose their internet service providers. Typically, you're assigned to one or two options solely based on your region, and your ISP even gets to sell your data if they choose. So really, it's like hanging out with that one kid that you don't really like, but you're forced to hang out with them because they're in your neighborhood. I don't know, maybe the kid has a bunch of toys like a transformer that you wanted for Christmas but didn't get. But if you were given the choice, you should weigh your options out. To prevent ISPs from seeing my internet activity, I make sure all of my devices are protected using ExpressVPN. If you think about how much of your life is on the internet, sadly, every site you visit, video you watch, or message you send gets tracked by ISPs or other tech giants, who can then sell your information for profit. It makes me feel used and dirty. And as always, you guys know, a VPN is an amazing tool to help block content that's not available in your country by letting you change your online location. That's how I was able to unblock shows like South Park, for example. To find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free, visit expressvpn.com/sixteenleo or click the link in the description below. Thanks, ExpressVPN. The movie has a solid 3.4 out of 10 out of IMDb. Not only did it not make its money back, it actually put the people in debt, and I'm pretty sure the director is the only person to be blind while directing a movie, because that is the only logical explanation for how this movie got made. When I say a movie is bad, you know, it's bad, but it's not necessarily because of Shane Dawson. I do want to give credit where credit is due. Shane has a great performance, and I am lying. He's not the sole reason the movie's bad. I want to spread the blame around because I think it's deserved. I got Diego with me, by the way, in case I get really scared. So already, like, the scariest thing was, like, level 10 films. I don't know what that is, but they had to play, like, the very horrific music, so I'm supposed to be sitting in the cinema like, level 10, not level 9. Again, I want to say, the genre that I really like is horror movies. I think it's a very easy to do genre, so a lot of people do it because it's pretty accessible. The movie's budget is not that much because it doesn't take too much to make a horror movie, and sometimes the returns in the box office are phenomenal. Check Paranormal Activity, or a movie like The Blair Witch Project, which was practically made on no budget at all, but had such a big return that the studios were like, oh, we gotta do more of this. So they are cheap movies to make, and using teenagers and young actors get other people who are interested in cinema to be like, oh, hey, it's my favorite YouTuber in a movie. It should have been a good movie. Also, I'm going to try and give you my somewhat basic knowledge on cinema while I do this, so it's going to be like half and half. But anyway. Jesus. I was just eating my popcorn, and now my popcorn's all over across the seat next to Jeffrey, who has popcorn in his ball sack because I flung it all across the cinema. It's been 8 seconds of the movie and I already got a jump scare. So that's how the movie starts. an establishing shot. I have no idea who this person is. And then we have a jump scare. Don't know the characters at all.
I had to get your attention somehow.
Or, little lady, instead of scaring a woman to death, you could maybe say, hey, how about that? You don't have to scare someone into a heart attack. If that was an old man, he'd be in the hospital farting to death right now.
Who are you texting anyway? Your boyfriend?
You know, someday you're gonna have to get a job too.
Nah, I'll just get married. Hi.
I'm assuming these two are sisters or siblings. I'm not sure, but the younger one seems to know what Omegle is.
Oh, I love you too. Now shut up and twerk.
Which is a problem.
Mare, come on, no chatting. Say goodbye to your friend.
He's not my friend. I don't even know him.
Oh no, is this that site where it just chooses who you talk with?
Yeah, and go chat?
Yeah, you really shouldn't be on this site. It's for people that do gross things to other people.
Yeah, like take their ding dong out and play with it like a snake. Actually, you know what? I thought that they were sister and sister. Turns out, this is her babysitter. If you're her babysitter, you know what I would do? I would take the laptop and close it and be like, you never ever go on that site, ever. I don't know if I would just let that happen, but this girl seems to be she knows what chat roulette is, and she's ready to see some ding dongs.
People do other things.
Yeah? Like what?
I don't know. Be silly. Make friends all over the world. You know, you can even meet a cute guy.
Really? People use this to find dates?
Yeah, a lot of guys do it.
Hmm.
Some of them even do it with their pants off.
Was that necessary in this movie? Did you need to ruin this little lady? Oh my god. Is it a stretch to say I know why Shane Dawson took the role now?
Okay, see, that's why you shouldn't be on this site.
What? Think someone's gonna call Smiley on me?
No, motherfucker. I think someone's gonna go all Smiley when they take their pants off. And you're a little girl, you should be looking at My Little Pony, not My Little Ding Dong, bro. Come on, man. Get off the internet, lady. Read a book.
Who?
You know, the urban legend.
Anyway, the little girl seems to know about the internet law of Smiley, which the babysitter doesn't, because presumably she's beyond the age of 18 and doesn't give a shit. But then the little girl proceeds to tell her, in a very odd tone, by the way. Like, I'm not sure what the director was going for, but he made this girl, like, sound really, like, too mature for her age. Just look at, like, the way she's talking and tell me you don't feel a bit uncomfortable seeing this.
Smiley.
No, who's that?
You start a video chat with somebody you don't even know, and you type in, I did it for the lulz. 3 times.
This movie is so 2012. I'm about to YOLO back to the next century. Oh my god.
I did it for the lols, bruh.
Can you imagine that holding up in court?
Excuse me, sir. Why did you run this lady over? Because I did it for the lols. Oh, alright. Well, you can walk free. That seems about right.
And then this guy with the knife appears behind them. They die.
They die. Cut! It's they die. I'll try it. They unlove. Oh, crap. So this is obviously a play on Bloody Mary, the urban legend where you say Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times fast. This is a play on that, and they're trying to millennialize it to make sure that like people in 2012 who were growing up were like, oh, okay, cool, the internet. It's a good strategy for a movie. I think using the internet when the internet was just blowing up is a really good idea. The execution was 0. If this person was an executioner, the guy would have lived. That's how bad he is at executioning.
Why do they call him Smiley?
Why do they call him The way she asked that doesn't even look like she cares.
Because he stitched his eyes shut and carved a smile onto his face.
You need to stop being creepy.
Wouldn't it be easier to carve the smile first and then stitch the eyes shut? I'm sorry. I don't mean to break holes in your plot over here, but would you not make your life easier by being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stitch my mouth together, then claw my eyes together? Because if you do this, then you're like, oh, well, this is harder now. What a chaotic supervillain this guy is. He should have stitched his balls together and seen what happened. That would have been funny. I think that would have been really funny. Instead of his eyeballs, he had his actual balls for his eyes.
Okay. You need to stop being creepy right now.
But it's fun!
That doesn't even make sense. Because how can one person, Smiley, just show up behind people all over the internet?
So, the premise of this movie is you type in "I did it for the lulz" 3 times to a person that you're talking to, and the person that you're talking to gets stabbed by Smiley, which is very dangerous because with Bloody Mary, you can only do it to yourself. You can't say it to your friend. You can't be like, hey, my friend who stole my backpack yesterday, a Bloody Mary times 3. Now I'm gonna wreck you. For some reason in this movie, if you say it, the person that you say it to is the victim, which is just a very, very chaotic system that we're dealing with here, but okay. So anyway, the babysitter's like, how could that possibly be true? Smiley can't be everywhere at once. And the little girl is like, psh, psh, of course he can.
You'd be surprised.
I think that's just...
Oh god, I'm sorry, I was a bit delayed, that reaction. I zoned out. Is this how you talk to people? Instead of being like, hey Daniel, you're like, hey! Whew, sorry, scared myself, my bad. Does anybody in real life do this? What a really creepy dad this guy is.
Oh, what's crazy, Daddy? Oh, what's crazy, Daddy?
The way she said it. They should have cut that out of the movie. They should have cut that out of the movie and never put it anywhere. What is this, Netflix's Cuties? They should have taken that shit out and threw it in the trash can.
But you're still up. Go brush your teeth. To bed, you. I get you. I'm sorry that I was late. Want a check be okay?
What is this lighting, bro? What is this lighting? I thought that he was the goddamn bad guy because he looks like he's lit up like a supervillain. Come to find out, he's just the dad. She's the babysitter, and that was his kid. There's nothing heinous going on, but there should be. He's just said, do you take a check, as if she was a prostitute or something. Like, it took me 2 viewings of this movie to realize, oh, this is not GTA 5. This is just a babysitter. I'm just saying. And you're really in for it with this movie. By the way, how many jump scares are we up to? 2. So, later that night, the babysitter goes home to her own house and goes on Omegle to look at people and maybe try this myth out herself. She then meets a stranger who thinks she's attractive, she thinks he's attractive, and he says, too bad, I'll have to kill you. And then types in, I did it for the lulz 3 times. Just the sentence alone makes me want to cringe and ball up into Sonic the Hedgehog and then yeet myself off a mountain into a volcano where I slowly die of chemical burns because the volcano is like also Chernobyl. That was a creative way to die, but I'll tell you what, it was better than I did it for the lulz. Even in 2012, could you not come up with something? Coney, could you do something else? He also disconnects from Discord. God, I didn't add that sound effect in. They added it. This is a real movie. He disconnects from Discord. Jump scare number 3. There was no one there. Literally nothing happened. In real life, it would be like... I hate this movie for trying to jump scare you so much. They are really trying to test the audience's patience. And I am the only audience member, and I am impatient.
Hello?
So he types in, I did it for the lulz 3 times, and it's about to get scary because she's about to, and I quote, get lulled into a false sense of security because she's about to die. How did the guy come up so fast behind her? That's so scary. What a crazy knife that is. That's a really long knife. Also, it went even past the chair that she's sitting in. You know what? Let's not poke holes in this. Logistically, that seems like a fine thing to do. I also wanted to pause in on some people's faces because this guy looks like he's doing the equivalent of Michael Keaton / Jack Nicholson face. I don't think I've ever seen a face that funny before in a horror movie, so I played it to the tune of Will Smith's Get Jiggy With It. And that is the title of the movie, Smiley. It's a guy with his own face and he wrecks you. Does this remind you of any other movie? I don't know. Friday the 13th, Jason, maybe It, any movie like that. I feel like it's just ripping on those movies. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, perhaps. This movie is just sort of the re-envisioning of it, and while I keep saying they could tell it in a nice original way, they refuse to. As if you weren't confused enough already, the movie skips ahead in time without really telling you to completely different characters. Yes, the characters you saw at the start of the movie aren't actually going to be in the rest of the movie. And while certain movies do that, I said do. I'm a mature man. While certain movies do actually do that, such as Scream, those movies have a point where they introduce the bad guy and actually make the person the focal point to which all the characters then talk about him. It's sort of different to Smiley, where we got introduced to 3 separate characters before the villain and have no bearing on who they are or what they mean to the script, and we don't see them again, spoiler alert, until maybe the very end. But anyway, this is a new set of characters. It's the main character, Ashley, or as I like to call her, Rick Astley, and she is moving into a new place with a roommate, and her dad is really sad to let her go.
You're sure you don't want to be closer to your classes?
Daddy, campus is literally a block away.
If a girl in college calls a man daddy, she fucking him. Right? Does anybody in the comments, does anybody watching this video call their dad daddy? When my dad calls me, I don't answer the phone. I'm like, hey daddy, what's up?
You don't have to worry so much.
Father, it's part of my job.
Okay, now this is just an exhibition of shit screenwriting. It's called expositional dumping. It's when you need to tell the audience what the character is in relation to the plot without doing it in a smart way. He was literally like,
I am your father, so I have to care for you because the script says that I have to do so.
you don't need to make that inference. If you just didn't say that that was her dad and she called him daddy, I would have got the point. You know what I mean? Come on, guys.
Daddy.
She said it again. She said it again. She said, daddy. And she dropped her shit. Daddy, oh, oops, I'm just gonna drop my keys. Let me back it up. Okay. All right. Whoa, you get a bit close there. Have you ever looked your dad dead in the eye and been like,
We'll be okay, Daddy. I don't see any problems with us.
girl, back away from your father.
We're both gonna be okay. Hey.
Okay. I love you.
I love you back. Roxy, this house is so nice.
Okay, so with that weird interaction, we now move on to the other person who is the second main, I think. Her name is Proxy. That's her real name, Proxy. And she is the person who owns the house. Well, her parents do. She's now the main character's roommate. So we got Ashley and Proxy.
Thanks for picking me. Hey, I was just psyched to meet someone normal when my roommate bailed. I have a party to get to. I mean, you wouldn't want to come with, would you? Isn't it a school night?
Isn't it a school night? Oh my god. My daddy's gonna be so mad at me.
Oh, wait, I'm 35. I'm fucking failing college. Yeah, let's go to that party. You're right. My bad. Forgot what age I was. I thought I was in kindergarten. She's such a dork. What they're trying to do is portray Ashley as a nerd by doing stuff like this. Have you ever heard someone say it's a school night in college? She even says it. The next line, she's like, wait, I'm in college. What shitty writing.
Yeah, it's college. Yes.
Yeah, it's college. Oh, I forgot about college. Daddy. I hate the main character so much. I hope she dies. Can I say that?
Station. Wait, am I too dressed up?
No, don't worry, you're cool. I don't know these people either.
What's B?
You know, the B-board on 4chan.
Is that like an Asian dating site?
We did it, ladies and gentlemen. In a horror movie that has nothing to do with racial things, we managed to be racial in a moment like this. Literally, Proxy says 4chan, and the main character says, is that an Asian dating site or something like that? Wow. That's delicious racial humor right there. That's like having Off-White, and then someone's like, is that a black site? No. No, it isn't. No, it is not. Can't believe that was said in the script.
What's up, super hot ladies?
What's up?
Who's your smoking friend?
Anyway, after that, the two main characters decide to smoke a little before they go to the party. They go to the party and they're a little bit high. And it's an anonymous party, so they don't fully know anyone. Except, full disclosure, somehow, Proxy does know the person that approaches them, cause that's her boyfriend.
Who's your smoking friend?
Hi, I'm Ashley.
Ashley, nice. I'm used to living alone, or else I'd suggest three's company kind of thing. There's plenty of room, especially in my bedroom.
This is Zach? Zeus? Zed? His name starts with Zayn. Oh man, I forgot he's so forgettable as a human. I forgot his name. Yeah, that's Zayn. He looks more like a Brock or Chuck. He doesn't look cool enough to have a name like Zayn. His hair looks like it failed in life, and he's trying to be a cool kid. The character, for some reason, is written so obnoxiously that he says lines that are literally out of this world. And I don't say that lightly. Just listen if you don't believe me.
You enjoy the strange?
Yeah, I enjoy the strange. I just smoked pot. Did that come out right?
Yeah. No, I enjoy the strange because it's interesting and often retarded.
Have you ever heard anybody call the strange that before? He's gonna drop some R-bombs like they're going out of fashion. Pre-prepared for that. But yeah, this is what edginess was in 2012. It's about as edgy as a fucking butter knife.
That's kind of my special research area. The intersection of the strange and retarded.
And these are the days of our strange and retarded lives.
Maybe I need to smoke some pot before I understand this movie. Maybe that was the problem. I went in this movie too sober. They should probably disclose that. This movie will blow your socks off only if you LSD trip before you watch it. If you watch it sober, it's one of the most boring, benign, horrible pieces of filmmaking I've ever seen. But if you're tripping balls while watching it, you might have an existential crisis.
No, but really what I'm interested in is how people start believing in things. Like Bigfoot, for example. You know, there's no evidence that Bigfoot exists, yet lots of people believe in Bigfoot.
Chupacabra.
Sure.
He's gonna say God, isn't he?
Or how about God?
There it is. There it is.
So, is God strange or retarded?
Please go up to heaven's gates and say that. Please go up to church and ask the people of the faith, is God strange or is he just that word? This movie tries so hard to be edgy that it's hurting me. This guy is trying to be a cool kid and I don't know if they intentionally made him obnoxious, but he comes off as so try-hardish that it's hard to watch this. I can't believe if the screenwriter was like, yeah, I'm being profound by writing a line like, is God strange? Or is he just...
I think I saw that guy on campus. Oh.
There he is! Shane! My boy, Troy Bolt-on. Looking like High School Musical, except he missed all the notes. We're sorry, we're flying. There it is. That's Crack Efron right there.
Oh. Should we say hi? You should say hi. Hey. I'm Ashley.
Hey. Is this the anonymous party?
Bitch, didn't she just say her name was Ashley? And then you ask her, is this the anonymous party? That's like ordering food at KFC and then being like, hey, is this a food place? I'm sorry, Shane. It's not just the hair that's stupid today.
Nobody will say.
Oh, yeah. I'm a dork.
Yeah. I'm a dork.
That classic 2012 Shane acting. I do some questionable things. Ashley then meets Shane's character, whose name I can't say just yet. Everybody seems to hate him at the party because he has another name that is ironic to what has happened to the 2020 Shane, if you know what I mean. This came out in 2012 before any allegations or anything on Shane happened. He was still the golden child of YouTube. But they decided to call him this name.
Hey, what's up? I'm Zayn.
What's up? I'm Bender.
Hold on. 1 second. Little tangent. Sidebar. I'm sorry. Did he say his name was Binder? Binder. That's a Sikh name. Binder. What's his first name? Fucking Raj? I can't believe they named him after an Indian person.
Yeah. What are you doing here, Pedar Bear?
Oh, there's the name. There's the other. This is the one. That's the name I was talking about. Yeah, it came out in 2012, before he started making those weird jokes about kids. Shane Dawson was still being called...
You're Pedar Bear?
Don't call me that.
You're Pedar Bear? Do you approve this message?
Bitch tits?
Bitch tits! You prove this message? You like bitch tits? He's not even fat. Just call him bitch. What a weird insult. Are you just gonna throw out arbitrary insults? You stupid idiot, black, Irish looking man, you short, you're just so short, amputated from one leg, you wheelchair person. This guy's just screaming random insults at Shane Dawson. I don't even think this was part of the script.
Pedo
Pedo bear! All right, Jackson. When I say action, you just say the word really nice and soft, okay? Don't overdo it. Don't overact.
I got it. I've been watching Robert De Niro. Okay, action. Pedo bear!
Guys, come on. I was just hanging out, okay?
How many fucking cans do they have? Did everyone drink their drink just to throw it at this guy?
Yikes. What was that about? He thought some of the stuff on the board was messed up. Said he'd report it. Honestly, some of the stuff is pretty messed up, but it's not smart to say so.
I'm sorry. I just want to reiterate what Proxy said. So he has the name. I'm not going to say the name, but he has that nickname. And I thought it was because he did something shady, but apparently it's because he wanted to report something shady that they gave him that name. That would be the equivalent of someone seeing a murder being like, I've witnessed a murder, and the police coming and being like, I'm arresting you for snitching, you bitch.
You seem nice. Yeah, probably too nice.
Dude, it's the tits. I did it for the low.
What are they saying?
Did you not hear the loudest man in history be like, I did it for the low? That man has no other voice options. It's either screaming or like silence.
What is this?
Hide and go chat. It's video chat like Skype, but you don't know who you're chatting with.
Why would you chat with strangers? Isn't that dumb?
Does this look dumb to you?
Okay, so it turns out, and this is probably the best piece of filmmaking in this whole film, it's all downhill from here, trust me. So it turns out we're looking at the other person's perspective at the party from when the babysitter was looking on hide and go chat where she was finding people and she got wrecked for saying I did it for the lulz. This is the person, and this is the scene playing out from the other end, which is pretty smart, and it makes the main character scream. Ashley's like, pretty sure I just witnessed someone dying. Can we report that? But everybody else seems to be pretty happy. It's a pretty good scene, but it doesn't go anywhere. That's my problem with it.
I did it for the lulz. That's Smiley. Who? It's not real though, right? Well, nobody knows if it's real. Anyway, don't worry, that video's totally fake. Really? Yeah.
Jump scare number 4. Proxy says that it's pretty fake. It's not 100% fake, and it might be real, but she's pretty sure it's fake. So we're now introduced to the character of Smiley, and is the concept of Smiley real or fake? Nobody really knows. That's what we're dealing with now. And Ashley is becoming more and more concerned that she might have just witnessed something that was real.
You got me.
Classic acting from Zayn. Can you say words? This is why YouTubers never make it into goddamn films. None of them can goddamn act, and the people who do get movies are this bad. Now everybody's like, oh, you're a YouTuber turned actor? Get out of here. It's like singing. Every time I hear a YouTuber sing, every note of autotune hurts me a little more. So anyway, after a night of drinking, Ashley wakes up a bit too late and decides to rush to ethics class. Ethics class plays close to no actual point in the plot, but they're going to use it as filler, and they have one of Shane Dawson's collaborators, who also, weirdly enough, was a boyfriend of Trisha Paytas's. I don't know his name, but that's what I'm going to call him. TPBF. Trisha Paytas' boyfriend.
Well, good morning. How are you? Come on in, please. Make yourself comfortable. Do you have a pinch some of me? Thanks. Why do you think this class... Excuse me? What's your name? Mark?
Mark! That's not Mark! That's famous YouTuber Tobuscus. I didn't have to look it up. I knew that from heart. Tobuscus has many of the greatest videos on the YouTube. He was an OG. And by OG, I mean, oh God. I just want to say that it's really nice that they got all the YouTubers to keep their original looks. Shane Dawson is not playing a character. Even though his name is Binder, he has the Shane Dawson haircut. And Toby has the sideburns that only he and Dwight K. Schrute would ever rock.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
Mark. Okay, Mark, could you please tell me why do you think Mark is a requirement?
Because
Mark. Okay, all right.
That conversation goes nowhere. Toby really doesn't do much in this whole plot. I gotta be honest with you, I feel like I don't even understand why he's in the movie. But Professor Clayton then gets caught up by Ashley, who says that she wants to get her work done early, to which he thinks she's hitting on him.
Are you hitting on me?
I don't think so, fuckface. I think that she just asked you a question about an assignment. Because if every student said, can I finish my assignments earlier? And then you said, here's an assignment, why don't I give you a D? Then you'd be fired from that school. You know what I mean, buddy? How about you get back to work, professor?
You're joking.
Oh, no. No, yeah, nothing gets past you, Miss Brooks. You know what? All these times on the website. All right?
Yeah, so that scene does nothing to anyone. Doesn't ever come up. Doesn't even play a role in the whole movie. There's no dynamic that ever gets crossed. It's really stupid. Back at the house, Proxy and Ashley decide, let's play the game. Let's type in, do it for the lulz 3 times to see if it's actually real. Before they do, though, they discover a video of that loud dude from the party last night who actually got wrecked by Smiley himself, which is very sad.
I don't know. They put something right there on my face. I don't know what's it say.
Can't you call somebody?
Yeah, bro, let's call whoever made the soundtrack and smack them over the head. This is the 6th jump scare in a row. I can't believe, man, Hans Zimmer would be rolling over in his grave, and that's an issue because he's not even dead. Do you know what I mean? This is really bad. This is real. The soundtrack, the scoring of this movie, the sound effects, you deserve a Will Smith slap.
None of us even know each other's real names, but he hasn't been online. So, what do other people think? I haven't have. Well, did anyone call the police? Say what? There's an internet video of some guy getting killed?
Yes, exactly that. What is wrong with you? You wouldn't call the police over that? I do want to say this movie could have made a really smart point about talking about how in 2012 and 2010 and when the internet was just starting to become a thing, still in its infancy, a lot of cops didn't take things like this seriously. And it's a good social commentary. If it was explored more, I would have gave them so much credit because back then cops did not see this as an actual thing. They thought a lot of them were hoaxes. They wouldn't use any of this as compelling evidence, whereas nowadays, a lot of videos are used within a court of law to actually prove or be used as admissible evidence. So it could have been a movie that had some real social commentary to it. Instead, it's Shane Dawson's weird hair party.
This is real. Oh my god, this is so sick. So it has to be fake. You know, I know how we could find out. What are they called again? Lulz. L-U-L-Z, like lulz, like low cats, but lulz.
So later that night, Ashley and Proxy decide to do I did it for the lulz to see if it actually works and they could summon Smiley. But Proxy says something that I want you to keep in mind.
Picture it. You have to picture it.
She says that you have to really imagine it for it to happen. And then they do it.
Right.
I sense a jump scare coming. There will be 7 in a row. Look at her face.
Next to him! Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I don't know. Did we just kill somebody? Did I just kill somebody? I don't know. But he saw our faces and oh my god, he waved at us!
He waved at you? Aw. Hey, that's kind of cute.
It doesn't matter. He has no clue where we are. It's gonna be press. If it's real, it's gonna lead him right to us. He does know what we look like.
What about the FBI or something?
No, Ashley, we can't do that, okay?
Hello, let me just call the FBI, even though they don't disclose their number. Hello? Is this the Federal Bureau of Investigation? Yeah, hi. The police didn't want to listen to me, so I'm going to you. And if not you, I'll go to the CIA, okay? And if not, I'm just gonna go to Area 51, which I have direct access to. Ashley, think about it before you speak, lady. Ashley then gets more paranoid, and Proxy says we can't tell anyone about this because we might have just mucked someone. Of course, that would not hold up in court, and they'd be completely fine because saying I did it for the lulz and the correlation would be almost impossible to prove in court. But hey, I'm not actually gonna poke holes in that because that would be too much. Let's just say that Ashley needs to call a familiar face called Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, sweetheart. How's college life?
gotta do what I did, mama, 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 come closer.
God damn, even he got a scary face.
I'm having fun.
Okay.
I just miss Mom.
I wish we could just call her up, you know?
Me too. Roxy's ready to keep watching, so I'll call you later, okay?
What did I say? 12 jump scares, and we're already up to 8. We're not even halfway through the goddamn thing. Yeah. So that scene was to, for some reason, show that Ashley's getting a little more paranoid. She's starting to feel like people around her are less trustworthy. And she's now going back to the ethics class with Mr. Clayton, starting to really ask questions like, did I really do this? Because she feels the weight on her shoulders as if she really mocked someone.
Who can tell me what we mean by the scientific method? What do we do next? I test it, girl.
I test it, girl. That's I'm pretty sure that's what Toby used to do. He used to make funny voices. He's a funny man, and he used to make funny voices. This used to be an ethics class till it turned to a science class, but again, who's counting? It doesn't matter when you don't care about the movie. How are we supposed to care about it? You know what I mean?
He's a closet scientist. All right, so what do we do now?
What if you test your hypothesis and it's wrong?
What if you wore an outfit that didn't look like Popeye's girlfriend? What the fuck are you wearing, lady? After the ethics class, Ashley decides to go to the library where she could possibly find Binder to see if she could get some help from him.
Ah!
Oh, God!
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Man, these jump scares are really scaring me in ways that I never thought was possible. I bought a pair of diapers, and let me just say, full to the brim. Isn't it scary when you walk into the library and someone walks next to you and you're like, Jesus Christ! And the librarian's like, shh, shut the fuck up.
Binder, right?
Binder, right? Is that a name that you soon forget? Is that not the most memorable name in history?
Can I talk to you about something?
Yeah, sure.
What do you know about Smiley?
You mean, is he real? Smiley's part of the reason they don't like me. Like when I reported the child they posted on B. But I don't know, I just don't think stuff like that is ever funny.
This is really ironic. This is 2012, before anything came out. Before he made those remarks on Willow Smith, and before he talked about his cousin, where he talked about like sensual stuff and like went way overboard with the kids, which I just, whenever I look at Shane, I'm like, ugh, this is the stuff that I just can't deal with, that and the animal stuff. They wrote him in saying, I don't like that stuff, I don't find it funny, which is so ironic because that became his inevitable downfall. What irony we live in. What a world of irony at times. This is just poetic justice, if anything.
I think Smiley's only real when people make him real.
Like Tinkerbell?
Yeah. Except it's like all the evil around the internet found one place to hide.
I know where all the evil in the internet is invited. It's invited to IKEA. Every time they make you build that shit, that's the most evil thing I've ever seen. Why don't they put instructions with words on it? Just because you're Swedish doesn't mean you can't speak English, you bitch. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. I'm not gonna put this together if there's only pictures.
I don't know if Smiley's real. I mean, I think the videos are real. You seem really nice.
You do too. Maybe we could...
be friends?
Oh, he friend zoned her. Oh, damn, that was the most scary thing in this movie. Shane Dawson doing the friend zoning. I thought it would be the other way around, to be honest with you. But I guess this is a movie. Fantasy.
Yeah. What's your number?
Ooh, she pulled out a phone that multiplied. Y'all seen them phones? This was back in the day. She pulled out a phone that did. I remember those. That was the BlackBerry days, huh? Those were those old Nokia phones. You could like drop kick them and they'd still be okay.
Okay.
Fantastic acting by a fantastic actor. Okay. Okay. Okay, Shane, just act like you're a bit surprised. Just do this. Okay, just do that. Okay. Great work, Shane.
Oh, that's you.
Even a text made him orgasm. Oh, is that you texting me? Oh, Shane, chill with the acting, man. This is not theater. Everything gets picked up on camera. See, Robert De Niro said it best. Sometimes acting requires you not to act because if you're playing a character who's real, you wouldn't know you were acting. Do you know what I mean? When the camera is rolling, you won't perform to it because you're playing the character with sincerity. I know you're not going for the Oscar. I just hate bad actors. So I was trying to give you advice, but clearly you didn't take it.
That's me. I gotta go, but text me, okay?
Really?
Yeah, really.
Later that night, Proxy says that she's going to a party at Zayn's house and says Ashley's coming. Ashley then says, what about the thing we did? And Proxy says, you cannot tell anybody.
I don't know what you're talking about because that never happened.
At the party, Ashley sees Zayn and then goes to him.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, Ashley.
Yeah, I know. We met the other night. You wanted to have sex with me.
Yeah, what?
But I wasn't into it.
What?
I just fail to see how this is funny, or I'm not sure what this is even in relation to. That wasn't even remotely close to what happened. I don't understand why this is even in the script. This makes beyond 0 sense to me. I'm not sure what his character is. Is he a dork, a douchebag, a dick, or a dirty boy? I don't know which one. You can't be all.
About your friend. Kels was your friend, right?
What? No.
He's not dead.
Are you kidding me? He's probably just pulling a freaking prank on us. Hello?
He's probably just pulling a freaking prank on us. Hello? He hasn't messaged for 2 days. But I don't even know him, but I have his number, but he's probably pulling a prank on us. Hello? You know what I mean?
They haven't even found the body.
Well, do you know where he lives?
I don't know.
I don't know. What is this weird, shitty acting? This guy's apparently also a YouTuber and actor. My god, dude. I'm sorry if I'm, like, being mean, but you could just shit at acting.
I've been with his mom's. Dude.
I'm gonna take his glasses and I'm going to throw them over the horizon and say fetch, and then he will have to go get them, and hopefully there are no cameras around there so he cannot act. I don't like this guy's acting.
Did you just come up with that?
So you don't know if he's alive. What if this is really real?
Oh, what if nothing's real?
I wish nothing was real so you didn't exist in this movie. You know what I mean, bro? I don't think I've ever been this aggravated by someone's act. Listen, I'll pay you $50. I'll pay you $100 to not act ever again. Zayn seems freaked out by this and actually pulls Ashley aside and asks, what did you see about this? Because he then confesses that he also tried it. And it worked.
Okay, look, if it makes you feel any better, I did it too. I don't even know who the fuck he killed. It was just some kid. You want a bed or something?
Hold on, I'm gonna go home.
Hold on. Whoop. Sorry, zoned out a little bit here. Here's an actual question that's even better than the question that you said. You know how you said you wrecked some kid? Here's the question. Why were you on Omegle with the kid? Let that one sink in. Ashley then gets sick after hearing about this, fearing that it is indeed real and that Smiley really exists. Zayn gets a bit too touchy and Ashley leaves being like, this is too much for me, and then walks home herself, which is pretty scary for her because she's, you know, only 20 something, and walking alone is a very hard thing for her to do in, I don't know, Utah or wherever they are. He's trying to overact like that guy. Yeah, what's that, number 10? Jump scare number 10. So Ashley's walking home and she sees a guy who looks like he spawned out of nowhere after dying in GTA 5. Turns out that guy was just zoned out and he was drinking. Oh! Sorry, almost need to be more scared next time. 11 jump scares in half the movie. Wow, this is a new record of bullshit. This is the actual Smiley, and I gotta say, cinematic effects, the CGI, very nicely done. I think that it's a really good scene. I think if they actually wrote a plot, this would actually have some validity. But the jump scare goes to Ashley, and she actually thinks she sees the real Smiley, and she gets very scared. She starts running like Usain Bolt in 100 meters. I don't think I've seen a victim ever do this before. I'll beat you. I wouldn't be surprised if Smiley was like, woo, that's a fast bitch. Maybe catch a cab next time. She then goes into a house, and once you close the door, you know bad guys can't go through doors. That's just the thing. Except Smiley can transport, teleport, and do everything because he's supernatural as well. And she sees him in the house. She dreams it. This is what we call a cop-out in cinema. And usually in the middle of a movie it happens, or maybe towards the first act where you have visions or something. It happens in the movie Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's sort of different because in Nightmare on Elm Street, a cinema classic by the way, Freddy Krueger haunts you in your dreams. So it actually plays on the thought of having those nightmares. This is just a cop-out, but it turns out her shirt is actually ripped from when she had the fantasy of her getting wrecked by Smiley. So She's now thinking, did it really happen? So Proxy comes in, and apparently when she eats Cheerios in the morning, she becomes the most mellow person on earth, because even though Ashley is screaming her literal lungs out, she has this green bowl, and whatever's in it is making her so mellow, she's like, you just had a bad dream. So she's clearly having an episode. You know, as a friend, you'd be like, okay, something's wrong with you. I need to get you help. But Proxy is too busy eating breakfast, and she's like, I don't think so. I think you're pretty crazy. Doing weird voices and stuff, proving that not only is she a bad friend, but she's a total bitch too. So Ashley goes to the psychologist. There are so many scenes of the psychologist that are cut out because this has no bearing on the movie and just takes up ridiculous amounts of time. I have no idea why they kept this in the movie for so long, but it is just a scene where the psychologist says, listen, I think you're a little bit too stressed, and I'm going to give you some stuff so that you unstress. So her mom unalived herself. Does this have any bearing on the plot? No. Her mother never gets brought up again. It has no bearing on the plot, so it didn't need to even happen. This is ridiculous stupidity in terms of screenwriting. There's no need for that to even exist because it doesn't influence any of the decisions she makes as a person. So it's not necessary to the story. There's no need for it to be there except for you to feel somewhat sorry for the main character, I guess. Anyway, Ashley comes out of the psychologist's office, and guess what?
Did you tell?
Whew. That's jump scare number 12, isn't it? You guys owe me a sub now, huh? Oh, wow. We still got like 20 minutes left.
I just remembered. At the party, Zayn knew.
Yeah, he just called me. There's another one.
Another what?
Another dead person.
So apparently another person had been wrecked by Smiley, and they go to Zayn's house, who looks like he had been snorting something that isn't Pepsi, if you know what I mean.
What is going on?
I don't know.
What about you? Huh? You know what's going on?
What about you, huh? Huh? You know what's going on? Where is she?
Is that a gun?
Yes. Yes, this is a gun.
Why do you have that?
To protection me for enemy and smiley people. That's what I do. I'm a protector of the people.
But realistically, I don't know why he does.
Because I am a security professional.
But I thought you went to college.
Do I really seem that retarded to you?
What?
College is for retards.
Oh God, bro. Did you just want to say it that many times?
College is for retards. I am a security retard. Fucking fuck no!
You deserve that one.
Fuck no! No, like at the mall. Network security.
What's network security? He's a hacker, okay? Like anonymous, like WikiLeaks. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not the only one, Ashley. I don't know what anybody's talking about. He pulled out a gat and then said he was security, so I thought he was a bodyguard. Now they're talking about cybersecurity. And then Proxy's gonna go on to say that he hacks people, which is not security. That's the opposite of security. That's what security protects people from, hackers. So he's a hacker.
He hacks a corporate network and then says, hey, pay me to fix your problem. That's a network security professional.
What you're talking about would be an illegal protection racket. It could be the Chinese or those fucking...
The Chinese did this. So yep, they're trying to figure out who is behind Smiley.
Those dicks in Holland?
Yeah, fuck Holland. If you're from Holland, fuck you. Fuck Holland. Okay.
All right, be careful, ladies.
Yeah, you too.
Right.
So that scene had no bearing on anything, but hey, later that night, Ashley is back to it, researching, and guess what's coming? It rhymes with bump flare. Oh, sorry, I was a bit tired. I forgot to jump scare, but number 13.
Brings us back to some...
Oh my, 14. She got jump scared by her own drawing. She got jump scared by her... That's special. That's special needs, if anything. They need to take her straight to jail for that one. Monopoly, you don't pass go. You go straight to jail. So at the ethics class, the next day, Ashley's having her dystopian daydreams and nightmares, and the professor's also sort of fueling that by saying that, you know, Earth could be part of this process that's way, way worse, and we could all just mean nothing and be expendable as humans. Sorry, I was just thinking about that actor with the glasses and how he could be an expendable human. So that night, Ashley does some research looking up Smiley and all of the related searches on Google. She even finds the babysitter who had been wrecked at the start of the movie, and the babysitter's kid, who's like, I don't know what happened. She was just there one day and then she wasn't. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Nobody believes me.
Ooh, jump scare number 15. Oh, Bender, it's you. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I was so scared. This movie has been scaring the bejesus out of my panties. You know what I mean?
Scared the crap out of me.
She actually said you scared the crap out. Oh, she's playing. I didn't know she said that. Oh, wow. So yeah, it's a jump scare, but it turns out it's just Bender, and Ashley needs Bender's help because it turns out Bender is an IT genius.
Sorry.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I work here. What are you doing? We're talking about Smiley, right? Well, I've been researching it, and I haven't even had time to get to this part yet, but I saw...
Smiley's real.
God damn. Woman, can you let the man finish? I was actually interested in hearing what Bender had to say, since he has time to research and he's an IT professional. But yeah, go ahead. Interrupt him. Mansplain him.
What? How do you know?
I killed someone.
Are you serious? Oh, that's amazing. I mean, that's terrible, obviously, but I tried to do it, nothing happened. I wanted to be right.
Never heard someone react like that.
You know, Bender, I killed someone.
What the shit, bro? I tried and it didn't work. Like, come on, Bender.
I wanted to be right, but I didn't want to kill anybody.
You have to really want it.
Yeah, apparently you have to really want it for the person to die, which means Zayn, who said that he wrecked a little kid, had to have really wanted that to happen.
You have to really want them to die. But then he comes after you. He tried to kill me.
I thought I was crazy, but if this is true, if you're not lying, then that means something's been awakened. Like something's been born. Like Smiley could be the next generation.
Are you not listening to me?
It seems that Shane is preoccupied with the lore of Smiley. He seems to be way too into it for some reason. And Ashley's like, you know what? I just wanted your help. You went all crazy on me, so I'm going to the library to research this. And she leaves in a hurry. She goes on Omegle again that night and tries to do some research. And again is haunted by visions of her and Smiley. What are you? What do you think I am? I don't know you. Do you want me to visit you again? No. Too bad. Where are you? What are you doing? She looks behind her, and instead of it being Smiley, it turns out to be Frowny by the other name Proxy, who's like, what are you doing? Never seen anybody talk to someone with that aggression before, but this is jump scare number 16. Lucky number 16, baby. I wish it ended there, but it doesn't. But yeah, Proxy decides that she's going to a party or that she just needs to leave the house, but also says that Ashley is crazy. Instead of getting her help, she just leaves. Ashley then calls her dad to try and get some advice, maybe. But then something crazy happens. You'll never guess what happens. Oh! Did you guess? Did you guess it? Jump scare number 17. Her father, I don't know if her father decided that he wanted to get in on the joke, but he screams and she gets scared so hard that she actually throws her phone out the window and it nearly hits Proxy on the way down, to which Proxy then says, are you crazy? Again. The same night, Ashley then goes to see the Professor Clayton, who's in the faculty room preparing to leave for the day. She goes to question him about ethics. He's also an alcoholic, which is... what a character development that is in the third act of a movie. Never thought that needed to happen, but sure. Instead of the professor actually helping, he goes literally rancid on her and starts getting borderline creepy for no reason. I think he has his own demons that he has to deal with. Maybe not having whiskey in a place of work would help.
I did it for
the lols.
So what I think the screenwriter was doing was trying to expend all his possibilities and make sure that he felt that if you were watching the movie that anybody could potentially be Smiley. And it just doesn't come off that way. Everybody who's supposed to be or could be someone who actually is the killer just comes off as creepy. You can't have that be the only reason they exist in a movie. This movie is giving me migraines in the butt.
I should go.
stay. You know my point of view.
Could you be more creepy, sir? Please, please, sir, could you be more creepy? I would love it if my ethics teacher, ruined ethics and started drinking in class and thinking students were hitting on him and potentially trying to get involved with some. That's a good ethics teacher. A teacher that has no ethics is a good ethics teacher. Thank you for being so creepy, Trisha Paytas' ex-boyfriend. Really, you can look it up. He was.
I just don't care.
God, what are we on? 17? Dog! Jump scare number 17. Have you gotten annoyed at getting jump scared yet? I wonder what the first jump scare was ever. That must have been the creepiest, most scary thing, and it must have been this fresh, original idea. And they took that idea and they made it into a weenie. A weenie that's so sad that I would put it between a hot dog and throw it off a cliff. Ashley is now back at the library researching the smiley-faced murderer. She's in public researching it, and she's getting freaked out in public to the point she has a massive meltdown. This library is pretty eventful. Even the librarian doesn't even tell anyone to shush. She's just like, I haven't seen this kind of action in years. Oh, what are we up to? 18? I'm not even getting frightened anymore. I'm not even pretending to be frightened. I should, but at this point, whenever I pause on Smiley, he looks like a wooden floor. It looks less like a serial killer and more like a thumb that got, you know, fingerprinted. I'm sorry, you just look like Steve Harvey if he didn't have any facial hair. That's it. 19. So now she has more nightmares about Smiley coming and wrecking her. Thank God it was all a dream. Oh, oops, got jump scared and again, 20th time. By the way, I'm not cutting this. This is all in succession. Ashley was having dreams about, I was gonna say Slender Man, but this is Smiley, but at this point, does it really matter? But Ashley actually had such a visceral dream that she threw a punch like she's Mike Tyson, and Proxy didn't move out the way.
Can I have some more coffee?
You called in to report a murder.
Ashley finally gets the courage to say, I'm gonna report a crime, and the police do not seem to believe her. Because the police, in the third act of the film, have now come in. The directing is so badly paced that police should be at the whole movie. For reference, if you look at the movie Get Out, the character of Lil Rel, he's a TSA agent, and he goes to the police, and the police never believe him. So, he has his own arc where he tries to help his friend. It happens at the start of the movie. There's Act 1, Act 2, where he discovers what's going on, and Act 3, spoiler alert, where he comes to the rescue. This movie has no act, the police are not in effect in Act 1 or Act 2. Whenever you write movies, you have 3 acts, and the third act is the apex and the conclusion. You cannot introduce new characters into it. I'm sorry that I'm getting so annoyed about this. My film brain is just going haywire.
Maybe 2, you don't know.
I do know. Definitely several murders. I've witnessed at least 2.
Well, just so we get this straight. Smiley appears behind people.
Oh shit, so does Shane, bro. Are you gonna arrest him? Shane appears behind people from time to time, and we let that happen for way too long.
In an anonymous video chat, like from out of cyberspace or something. When the other person types in, I did it for the lulz, I did it for the lulz, I did it for the lulz.
Yes.
They got Keith David to say the word, I did it for the lulz. This is just embarrassing.
Yes. I told you, I know it sounds crazy. He chased me across campus and then he tried to kill me.
I'm gonna tell you the part I'm having a hard time with. All of it.
Damn, I wasn't prepared for that. I'm gonna tell you the part I'm having trouble with. Every single goddamn thing, lady. You're wasting my time. I could be watching SpongeBob right now. Patrick is doing that episode where he forgets his parents. It's pretty funny.
There are no bodies. You say you saw dead people, but you don't know who they are.
You say you saw dead people, but this is not The Sixth Sense. You're in the wrong movie, lady. You're in the wrong movie. You should go to M. Night Shyamalan, okay? So, Ashley goes to the police. The police are like, we don't have any evidence to support these claims. In fact, here's a counterclaim. And they show her a video that says, hot girl goes crazy in library. She's the hot girl, which I beg to differ. The hot part is objective, subjective, but she does go crazy. Someone did film her in the library, I guess. So needless to say, the police do not believe her, and she turns to the help of her best friend, Binder.
Thanks so much for doing this.
Hey, being a total nerd is good for something, right? Well, but this computer is fully equipped. This is the dungeon. I am the dungeon master. This is the dungeon master's key.
Why, thank you, Dungeon Master.
You're welcome, princess.
Why do I get the feeling Shane said that in not that capacity before many times to someone that probably shouldn't have heard that?
Unfortunately, the Dungeon Master never gets the princess.
What a passive-aggressive bitch. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is my dungeon key. Take it. Unfortunately, the Dungeon Master never gets the girl in any situation whatsoever. Again, I am the Dungeon Master. And just to remind you one more time, the Dungeon Master does not get the girl, and it hurts very much. Blue balls.
Sometimes they do.
There's time for this? We got time for... I thought you were being chased by a guy who has no face and no nose and just a stitched-up smile. A guy who's probably just maybe, you know, wrecking everyone on campus. You got time for this? Ashley, get your priorities right.
Whoa!
Have you ever seen someone walk into the door like they're LAPD, just like... Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, you guys are kissing? Sorry about walking into your room. I just needed to... I didn't actually have a reason for being here, but I guess I am. So, Proxy comes in to tell Ashley that she's leaving to her parents' house for the weekend. She also asks, is Ashley going to be fine? Ashley's like, yeah, sure, you can go. So the next scene starts with Ashley at night saying, yes, daddy, I'm fine. And I would have given all my money, everything I have, if they cut to Shane Dawson in the next shot. And she was like, I know which daddy I was talking about. But it doesn't. I would have laughed my ass off if they did that.
Oh my god, thank god you're there.
Hey, what's up? Are you okay?
Something happens that night when Proxy calls Ashley saying she cannot find her boyfriend Zayn. Ashley then calls Binder and everyone else to check, but nobody seems to be picking up the phone. So she heads over to Zayn's place to see what's going on. She opens the door to Zayn's house. Nobody seems to be home, but there's writing on the wall, so she explores further. Turns out Zayn has been slain. Come on, get someone, please. Pretend that happened. She then picks up Zayn's gat, which is important because it's Zayn's. Then she calls the police officers who didn't believe her, and guess what? Nothing happens. The phone gets cut off. So she runs back home.
He's dead! I saw the body in person!
Miss Brooks?
Ashley? Roxy! Ashley, what's going on? Zayn's dead.
Ashley comes back home to tell Proxy the bad news. Her pump, crack-smoking boyfriend has passed away. I think that's a win for her. But anyway, Proxy says, call 911. And Ashley's like, no. I need something else to happen. I need you to write for the lulz ×3 to me so that Smiley can come behind me and I can finish the job. And they do that. And then Ashley prepares for Smiley to come through the door. She sees a shadow. And then she shoots. It turns out it was Binder. It wasn't Smiley. It was just Binder who was like, hey, what the... But Binder is okay. He'll survive. He's an Indian warlord, and he'll be fine. Except... he won't be okay because Smiley decided, you know what, not only did you get shot, bruh, I think I'm gonna finish the job. And he does. Smiley then appears and starts to chase her, which leads to the climactic scene where she tries to outrun a supernatural creature. The eventual climax is that she starts seeing many Smileys and starts getting backed up into a corner when she realizes her gat has no bullets. She then makes the decision to jump out of a CGI window, which is so horribly rendered. She falls to her demise and dies. Yep, the main character kicks the bucket. The lights turn on and a face reveal happens. It's Zayn. It's Zorro. Oh my god, another reveal. It's the babysitter who has no ties to these people at all. Hey, it's Pedar, my favorite guy. I thought he was done.
What do you mean it's over?
She fell on her head and now she's dead.
Oh my god. That's fantastic!
Is it fantastic? I'm not sure that this is the appropriate reaction. I mean, even if these guys are the most despicable people on earth, someone's gonna catch you. I don't understand why they picked this goal. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get into this in the conclusion, but like, I'm just so confused and so like bombarded with stupidity right now. Like, I'm not really sure how this all connects or why this happens, but it's about to get stupider.
Hey, Daniel Day-Lewis, your girlfriend just landed a triple Lindy on her brain.
Come on, I didn't even get a fucker.
And that was the most Shane Dawson line in the script. I don't think they even wrote that, because that was so natural. Man, she's dead? I didn't even get a fucker?
The troll army, they don't have any command or control. I mean, they say we're off message. No, fuck them. They're off message. Because, I mean, there's only one reason to troll. For the lulz. For the lulz!
There's only one reason we should be doing this. For the lulz. The movie should have just ended there and then said psych or something.
Well, now that she's dead, I guess Smiley's dead too, right?
You see, Smiley's not dead. Smiley's immortal. Smiley will be around longer than any of us. Or the great work of William Shakespeare. It's Chocolate Rain.
Wow, using a 2007 reference to Tay Day, huh? This movie sucks ass.
And these masks, they're in boxes all over campus.
Who are you explaining it to? What? Are they just talking to each other like this is exposition? Hey, remember that movie and remember Tay Day? Yes, and also, remember how this thing will never die? I do remember that because I was telling you about this conversation the other day, but I'll repeat it in case someone else is listening. This is such clunky exposition, it hurts me.
And about 20 other campuses.
Smiley can be anyone, anywhere.
Who are you telling this to? Did we not just establish what happened? Why do I need this? Who is this old guy? I've never even seen him in the movie. Oh, this is the naked guy, right? Right?
At any time. I kind of have a boner. Is that weird?
Yeah, no, not really, bro. For you, that's normal. Honestly, this guy has a punchable face.
Wait, Zayn, is she really dead?
Yeah.
Are we bad people?
Yeah.
Why did we do this?
I don't know why you did it, but...
I did it for the laws, for the laws, for the laws. Cut. This is one of the greatest this is the Citizen Kane of junk. Oh my god. I'm gonna show this to my wife and she's gonna finally get the courage she needs to divorce me and take the kids, hopefully, because I don't want them to see this. So anyway, the last scene is Zayn and his girlfriend Proxy, and he says, I know why I did it, for the lulz, for the lulz, for the lulz, as a joke. But from behind Proxy comes Smiley, apparently the real Smiley, and then she gets wrecked as well. That's how the movie ends. He then smiles and turns the camera off, and the movie finishes. Of course, I didn't know this, but now after researching, there is a post-credit sequence, as if I'd watched the goddamn credits, that shows Ashley waking up and it's all a dream, rendering this whole movie useless and a big cop-out. So I'm gonna ignore that part. And that is the movie Smiley from 2012. Now, I just wanted to talk to you about why I think this movie sucks so badly. I've said this many times. I really like horror movies, and I like a good horror movie. This is not a bad horror movie. This is atrocious. I don't know why anybody gave you money to make this, and I don't know why the actors were even employed. I am genuinely I'm disgusted at how bad this movie is, because I think it's just genuine trash. I want to tell you about how to write characters, and I want to talk about main characters. We call them protagonists. Protagonist is Ashley in this film, and she is supposed to be the female lead who's also heroic and a savior. When we get characters like Ripley from Alien, she's the strong female protagonist and she's the last one left, but it only ever works. We're only watching the story because there's a payoff at the end. You cannot betray the audience and do it all for nothing. You can confuse them and you can mind warp them, but unless you're David Lynch, you shouldn't be doing this shit. See, the audience goes to the movie because they know there's going to be some sort of redemption. Whatever character we're watching is going to go through an obstacle and overcome it, because that is how movies work. Of course, these are not hard and fast rules, but by and large, this is what movies are. Whenever you watch a superhero movie, have you ever watched Batman hoping this motherfucker would die? just hoping at the end, like, I wish the Joker would win. I really wish Bane absolutely stabbed his back and he died and never came back. No, because it's Batman and you want him to somehow succeed despite all the odds that are stacked against him. And that's what he does, because that's why you pay the money, because that's why they're telling the story. It's exceptional. If a main character just walks down and dies, then it doesn't mean anything, because everything in the movie that Ashley tried to do, every time she tried to get an answer or try to confide in her friend or try to do this or that, she ended up not using any of it because it didn't work in her favor. And there's no concrete resolution. I want to compare this movie to the greatest horror movie or slasher movie I've ever seen in my life, which is Psycho, the Alfred Hitchcock movie from 1960. That movie is similar in a way that the main character, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it in 70 years, dies early in the movie. The main character dies within the first act. Marion dies. And to that point in cinema, I don't think there had ever been a character who got killed off at the start of a movie within the first act. This has been the only thing. But the thing is, Marion's sister takes over the script and eventually they foil the bad guy. Because if they don't do that and the bad guy wins, there would be no payoff for the audience. And I really think that this movie just let the audience down in a big way by doing this. And the cop-out at the end showing she's alive is just horrible filmmaking. At the end of the day, this is a Shane Dawson movie that is just plagued with error and stuff. But look, have we ever seen a movie that we saw of Shane Dawson that was like, wow, what a good performance? I think it's a movie that was a cash grab based on YouTubers who were popular at the time and they just wanted to make some money. It didn't make money at all. In fact, like I said, it left the studio with more in debt than anything else. And they've never made a movie like this since. Thank the Lord. Now, I've reviewed many Shane Dawson movies and I think I'm at the end. I only have one more left. And after this, it's over. So I'm not reviewing any more Shane Dawson movies. I'm out the game, baby. Me and Diego are taking a trip to the Cabanas. We're out of here. But we'll see you later. Thank you for watching the video. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you liked the video. If you did, leave a comment. Tell me which movie you'd like to see next. And before I go, I just want to say, did I jump scare you? Okay, bye. One night, baby, is all anybody on call, two-tone, maybe I'm ball just like